It's a great point. I just don't think that Superman actually just does this all the time. Maybe he does. I don't know. Not sure. There's the Mexican elf. Mexican elf. Spotted. Coach Greg, and in today's video, superheroes jacked. I'm looking on Men's Health. For some reason, they've only got 18,000 views, but you got a picture of Kumail, Nanjiani, Michael B. Jordan, and Henry Cavill on the cover, and it's saying, the secret to getting jacked for iconic superhero roles. Train like Men's Health. So, is Men's Health going to actually expose them and say, like, what they're actually taking to get the muscles that they have? I mean, of course not. There's no odds of this. You're going to watch the video, 5 minutes. It's going to go over and explain how they get jacked for superhero roles. So let's just see and find out.
We're going to start with some cardio just to get the blood pumping. It's how we get everything loosened up and ready to go. We're going to do 5 minutes on the bike, and then we're going to get into it.
Okay, so he starts by doing a 5-minute workout. Okay, so hopefully in this video, you're going to learn how to apply what they're all explaining into your own workout so that you can better yourself. So this is not just what they did, it's what do they do that you can apply to your own training. So the guy likes to do a 5-minute warm-up. 100% agree. You've got to go in and warm up. You don't just show up to the gym, put on some heavy weights, and just start lifting weights. Please always warm up.
Our next exercise are the battle ropes and power slams. Excellent exercise for cardiovascular and muscular endurance.
And battle ropes, nothing wrong with that. Very hard form of cardio. That would be something you do for HIIT cardio if you're looking to get a very intense workout in a short period of time. Nothing wrong with that. 30 seconds, doing that as hard as you can, you're definitely going to be feeling it in your entire body. So it's a great exercise. Nothing wrong with doing that. And next up, Michael B. Jordan says he loves the ball slams. He picks that thing up, throws it, slams it on the ground, makes him feel good, get the aggression out. Another great exercise. These are HIIT cardio style of exercises, not so much specifically targeting any muscle, as in you can't say I'm working the tricep, the bicep on this exercise. It's a total body systemic workout. Kind of like saying, hey, let's go and sprint on a bicycle, followed by let's sprint up a flight of stairs. So this to me is a lot of HIIT workout, just doing a lot of cardio, burning some calories, not really how you build a lot of muscle.
So very important to be strict in form with this. Obviously you want a straight back at a slight angle forward. The weight is going to pull you forward, but you're performing a perfect squat.
And the Zerker squat, hold that into your elbows. You can do it. I wouldn't suggest you do it. Perhaps if you're a strongman competitor that has some validity, they kind of carry weights and walk around the Lucifer stone or whatever it's called, those kind of things. But if you're just a normal person, you can squat with the weight on your back. I mean, putting on 300 pounds and holding with your elbow is probably going to make you sore. Not the most enjoyable workout, but I mean, if you like it, you like it, but certainly not how I would predict these superheroes are getting their superhero bodies.
He's doing a 4-second negative with this, and then a 2-second pause at the bottom, and then coming back up, contracting the glutes.
And how did Superman get the ass he had? Well, with the 4-second eccentric and 2-second concentric while wearing those bands around his legs, focusing on the glutes the whole time. Maybe, maybe not. Probably didn't do that much for him, and do you need to do that? No. Can you? Sure. You don't need fancy equipment, the elastic bands, and to do it every specific detailed time like that, but the point is actually very good. You should go slower when it's easy and faster when it's hard. So when the muscle is lengthening, take your time going down. Don't just drop the weight. Take your time. If you're on a bench press, slow the bar down till it gets your chest. Lift it up quicker. Control the weight. Take a bit more time to do it. If you increase time under tension, you can actually build more muscle. So it's a great point. I just don't think that Superman actually just does this all the time. Maybe he does. I don't know. Not sure. There's the Mexican elf. Mexican elf. Spotted.
We're going to start by doing a traditional deadlift, but then we're going to overclock the body and then do box jumps immediately following. So it's kind of like a superset.
And next he supersets deadlifts with box jumps. You can do it. You don't need to. It's certainly not going to build a bunch of extra muscle. You don't need to actually shock your body into all these things. It doesn't actually make that big a difference. Shock your body. Do deadlifts followed by jumping onto a bench. It might work for you, or you might not make it on the bench because you're tired from doing the deadlifts and you scrape up your shins and get hurt.
And what he's doing here, he's extending his arms, He's holding in his core tight, and basically what this is allowing us to do is activate the transverse abdominals and the obliques at the same time.
And this exercise for the abs, flex the transversus oblique and use fancy terms. It's not how he got abs. He got abs from not eating a shit ton of food. He put the fork down, did some cardio, burnt calories. It's not from standing here and flexing your abs in a special way with a different exercise that you've never seen before. It's not magic. You don't have to do a billion sit-ups or sit-ups all the time or any kind of special ab work to actually get abs. The abs are underneath there. If you get the fat layer thin enough, you will actually see your abs.
20 reps total. Dorsiflex those toes. He squeezes, he's holding for 30 seconds here.
And a static hold with a medicine ball, flexing the core to get the abs. I mean, it's going to work, but there's no fancy thing about it. There's not much difference than if somebody said, hey, hold this 50-pound dumbbell in each hand and just hold it there for 30 seconds. It's not any better. You can actually just do the exercise. Eccentric and concentric, you can do that. It's not a big deal. But you're not going to get shredded stomach from just doing ab exercises.
Drive those knees up, hitting my hand every single rep. 2, 3, 4, good. 19 and 20, perfect. 8-pack, baby.
And will you in fact get an 8-pack from this? Genetics. Some people you can see the 8-pack, some people it's 6. So if you're not blessed with a certain type of abdominal wall, you can't just train a certain way and go from having blocky abs that you don't like to a smaller waist with the perfect set of abdominals.
Bring your hands together, it's like you're sort of holding water, and then you raise it up a little bit, and you try to not engage your delts at all. You can really squeeze here and really feel the pecs being engaged.
And listening to Kumail speak, I actually think he understands training. Like, he's doing this, it's not his trainer saying what to do, he's actually using the tips that I would use. I would be saying to pull with the elbows, and he's saying don't lift the weight, use the elbows, feel it stretching back. I feel like Kumail knows how to train. And I mean, look at the friggin' physique the guy had. He went from having basically no muscle to being a superhero. So what he's doing is clearly working. He's made almost more change than any superhero I've ever seen. So clearly, Kumail, you know what you're doing.
Dumbbell curls. I mean, that's just great for conditioning, you know, for explosion, you know, and putting intensity into my workouts.
And I feel like Michael B. Jordan, he just doesn't know. And I feel like Michael B. Jordan, he just looks good because of his genetics. He's curling what, 15-pound dumbbells? Is he actually training harder than last time when he slams those medicine balls down and curls some? Have you seen those dumbbells? Do that look like real dumbbells? Looks like some toy dumbbell that you would sell to a Barbie doll. I don't know. It looks ridiculous. Is he actually creating enough stimulus for muscle growth in doing those curls? One of the things you need to do to build muscle is to actually train hard, like train harder than last time, progressive overload. Hopefully they'll get to this point sometime, but you gotta over time work with heavier weights or make it harder, use better form, all these things to progressive overload.
Triceps, I like doing dips, so I'll do 3 sets of those, and I try and get about 25 reps a set.
If you can already do 25 dips, you don't need to watch this video. You already probably have a body like this, unless you're just a bit too heavy in body fat. If you have the conditioning, you're gonna look amazing. That is a lot. 25 reps and dips, anyone that can do that, they're a strong guy.
He's starting out in a traditional side lateral for the first rep, then he's coming a little further forward for the next one, and then doing a traditional front raise for the next one.
Okay, so the delts. The least important thing you need to train is the front delt, because you're already going to overstimulate that muscle. There's already getting too much work. Bench pressing, pushing forward, and what's never getting any work is the rear delt in the back. So if anything, he's doing a set side and then a bit in the front and then way out in the front. You don't need to do that at all. Why not start to the side and then perhaps go back? So try to add some exercises to do the side delt and the posterior delt rather than training the front. And doing one here and one there and one at this. I'm not going to recommend, I'm not saying that you can't do it, but it's just trying to be fancy for no real purpose. Like if you actually wanted to train those muscles specifically, you would do a set of side laterals and a front raise set. You would just do both. You don't need to combine it all. Like what's next? Let's do a side lateral, then a front lateral, then a front lateral, followed by a shoulder press, followed by this, and then an iron cross twist, and then a static hold. And no, just do your sets.
If anyone were to ask me for advice on what to do, what the perfect workout is, honestly the most important thing, guys, is to show up.
And I like this advice. The most important advice is to show up. If you show up and just try, chances are you're going to train harder than last time. Because listen to me, like hear me out. If you show up and you train as hard as you can, even if you didn't train that hard, you did shitty, let's say you're hungover training, the next day you can train harder than last time. Because you were hungover, training like shit, had a horrible workout, but the next day you do better than that. So training harder than last time, people think, oh, it doesn't work because eventually you'll be at infinity. You can't always train harder forever. No, you can train harder than last time forever. You can always train harder than last time. Think, if you have a bad workout, the next workout, you're going to train harder than last time because you did bad. Now, if you have an amazing workout, oh my God, it was so good, you still try to train harder than last time. Maybe you screw up, maybe you can't. But then the workout after that, you try. So if you keep pushing yourself to do better, to do more, to be the best version of yourself, you will succeed. That is the key. Show up and do your best.
The most important thing to remember is that you are you. Everyone has a different genetic makeup. Everyone is at a different stage of fitness or training.
And there you have it, Henry Cavill. We all have different genetics. Just make sure that you're doing the best that you can do. Don't look at the person next to you and say, oh, am I training better than them? Do I look as good as them? We all look different. We all train different. We all react different. Be the best version of you that you can be.
And just make sure each workout is the hardest that you can do it.
And there you have it. Hopefully these tips helped. Please understand, a lot of these guys, not natural. They didn't go over that in detail whatsoever. They never mentioned this. And I think people are getting sick of it because how can you get these superstar actors all in one video to get 18,000 views? I would have thought it's 18 million views. Like, wow, we're learning from all these megastars. 18,000 views. So I think people are getting sick of the 5-minute, this is how they work out. They just don't work out like that. You're not actually learning anything. People are just tuning out. We want to see the real workout. We want to see an hour of Henry Cavill actually training and looking what he does. And if they did that, it would get the views. I would love to train with any of these guys. I would love it. I'd make a video with this guy and say, this is him training, this is me training, me commenting, oh, what did you do? Oh, I do this way, I do it this way. Oh, that's great, I didn't think of that. Wow, we could bounce ideas. That is the kind of video that people want to see, where you're actually bouncing back ideas, talking and discussing the best way to train. Ending it here. GregDoucette.com for coaching, Greg Doucette IP Pro. Please watch the top loop. If not, maybe the bottom, but the top one. Come on, the top one. Also, harder than last time supplements, including turkesterone, cookbooks, training books, the Circle Diet book. You can get those. Click the link in the description, comment for the algorithm, and until next time, I'm out.